is Wayne here, Prophecy Proof Insights. Today I'd like to give a brief update on this book I'm working on, and I'd also like to answer a couple questions that a reader sent me. So back in June last year, I announced that I was working on a book about the end times. Since that time, I've revised the book several times, and now I'm working on getting this book in an ebook format. I thought about doing the traditional route of publishing, but I don't want to wait 2 years to have an ebook. I meant to have a book in a bookstore, and I want to have some control over this book. So I'm working on self-publishing the book through an ebook, and I hope to have this book available in all sorts of different ebook stores. Right now in front of you, you see a PDF rough draft of the ebook. The book right now has a lot of the rainbow tables that I use. You know, the tables in my articles where I have various verses in a table and I have different similarities and contrasts highlighted in different colors to help the reader see the similarities and differences more clearly and quickly. I'm trying to have that in this book here, and just formatting the book in general, including that, is a nightmare because the book will look different depending on what ebook device you have. So it's time consuming, and I'm trying my best to make sure that the book will show up well regardless of what device that you use. In terms of time, I am optimistic that the book will be done this year. I hope the book will actually be done before June of this year's over with. But I really don't have a date set in stone. I'm just trying to do my best to make sure that the book looks right, because it's important to have it look nice on an e-reader. Okay, with that, I will now attempt to answer a couple questions that a person from India has sent me recently. I think it was a good idea to address these issues in a video format because you can take India, you can insert a lot of different countries in place of India. So the first question is, will India be involved in the Third World War? It really depends on what you think the Third World War is. A lot of people associate the Third World War with the War of the End Times. I'm not so sure you can actually do that, because if you think back to the 20th century, everyone's going to think of World War II as the big one, the big war. But before World War II, you had World War I, a war that really, really helped make World War II possible. It created a lot of the political conditions in Europe in the 20s and 30s that helped people like Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin rise to power. So maybe I'm thinking that maybe there's a Third World War before the end time starts, a world war that comes out of the current chaos of the world today, that helps make the world conducive and desperate enough where the world needs someone like Antichrist to arise. I definitely do think there's a world war in the second seal with the red horse taking away the peace of the earth. I definitely think there's a world war there. That's probably a war involving the Antichrist. And I definitely think there's a war in the sixth trumpet where you have 200 million people going around killing 1/3 of the earth. There's definitely a world war in there. I definitely do think India will be involved in that sixth trumpet war. I could see India being involved in the second seal war since peace is taken from the earth. Third World War, if it's a war that makes conditions conducive for the rise of Antichrist, I don't know if India will be involved in that one. It's possible, because they do have problems with Pakistan. I mean, they could even be fighting with China for all we know. So India, Third World War, I'm not so sure. Quite possible in the second seal. Definitely in the sixth trumpet. Second question is, will India fight against Israel one day? And I think the answer to that question is yes. I honestly think that every country in the world is going to fight against Israel one day, because it says in Zechariah, all the nations of the earth will be gathered against Jerusalem and the people of Jerusalem. It's going to be all the nations of the earth, basically. So whether it be the United States, Britain, France, Italy, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, everyone's going to be fighting against Israel. So yeah, it's definitely good. There's definitely going to be India's going to be involved in a war against Israel. The United States will be. It's just everyone is. It's just prophesied. It's going to happen. So I have a 5-minute time limit on this video, so my time is running out. Thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully I'll have a video soon again. So this is Wayne signing off, and I hope everyone here who's watching either has a good day. Bye.